Secessionism wouldn't be the solution to our present predicament. What is the solution is that leaders should have listening ears to listen to the yearnings and the cries of the people. And people have legitimate authority, legitimate power to demand for justice, to demand for good governance, to demand for fair share in the resources of this country. If you look at the political appointment, we are trying to turn Nigeria into a kind of a mini ethnic group. That can't work. The appointments should have federal character, should include people. This is not a privilege that is granted, that when a qualified person from Kogi State is qualified for the job and is appointed, it's not a privilege. It is an act of justice that the qualified are given their due, what is due to them. But if you feel, for example, someone else becomes a governor of the state, and everybody you find in government house is from that ethnic tribe, how do you feel about that? How will that work out for the rest of the state? No, but the indigenous of that state will not take it lightly. There's a legitimate agitation to express one's dissatisfaction about governance. If there is misgovernance, that is a legitimate yearning. But I do not support people who are calling for disintegration of this nation for whatever reason. Even if they were, let's say, for example, they are granted their wish, they are not going to govern well because the motive for which they are agitating is on the basis of injustice. You don't agitate and then say come to disintegrate the country. The Nigerians should learn more when they study history about nations that could not come together to address common issues, how they disintegrate and they disappear into history. We can't afford to see Nigeria disappear into history. And we must not avoid foreign forces that do not want to see Nigeria remain a sovereign state. We must not undermine their capacity. But all we need to do is for us Nigerians to say, yes, we have problems, we have issues, like any other nation, even these developed nations in the past. So let us not yield to the forces of disintegration. Those ones are being used, unfortunately, either by physical forces or by spiritual forces. What we have come here to do, if people carrying arms under the influence of spiritual forces, God will destroy that. God will certainly destroy that. And if people are under the influence of physical forces to carry arms and destroying lives of innocent people, it is our prayer today that men and women of goodwill will not be silent over their criminal activities and do something to eradicate whatever they are doing, whatever pains and sufferings they are causing people all over the country.